Everyone has overripe bananas that they're not gonna eat, and they're also not gonna make banana bread right now, and that's where this recipe comes in. Freeze the bananas when they get ripe, and now you have the base for a creamy frozen dessert whenever you want it with no time pressure. Today, I'm turning those frozen bananas into a healthy-ish ice cream that feels just like a dessert. It's creamy, it's a little rich, and it has amazing texture. This recipe takes frozen bananas way beyond just a blended frozen fruit. For the full ingredient list, check the description box below, but enough talking, let's get cooking. But we're gonna start this recipe by chopping up some walnuts. So I love putting toasted walnuts inside this banana ice cream. It just really makes it super indulgent, and like bananas and walnuts go so well together. So I'm gonna take this handful of walnuts and I'm gonna chop them up, and then we're gonna give them just a little toast. The toast is gonna take the rawness out of the walnut and really give it an amazing flavor that's gonna take this dessert to the next level. You don't need to pulverize the walnuts, just chop them up into tiny little pieces, and if they're a little irregular, that's fine. You're just trying to get rid of all the big pieces. I like to toast nuts in a dry, and I like to start them in a cold pan. When you start them in a hot pan, the pan can get sometimes a little too hot and then the walnut can get burnt really fast. When you toast nuts in a dry and cold pan, the heat sneaks up on it, the nut warms up a little slowly, and then you're way less likely to burn. So while this pan is heating up, I will move the nuts around the pan just to toast them up. And you can almost smell when the process gets started. So whenever you're toasting anything, nuts, breadcrumbs, like please don't turn your back on stuff, because stuff can go from raw to toasted to burnt really fast. So I'll just keep moving these around the pan until I start to smell that they get toasted. Then they change color a little bit, and then we're good. And if you want to, you can completely skip this step by buying chopped walnuts or leaving the nuts out. But chopped walnuts are crazy expensive compared to just regular walnuts. The more processed the food is, the more you are paying for it. These are already starting to give off a really nice aroma. Cooking happens with your eyes. It also happens with all your other senses, like your smell. So before I could even see that these are getting toasted, I can smell that they are getting toasted. And if you're allergic to nuts, you can just leave this out or put something crunchy in that does match your dietary preferences. Once those smaller pieces are starting to get a little dark, I'm gonna call this done. So we're gonna take this and we're gonna transfer these over to a little container, and we're gonna set these aside while we head to our frozen bananas. I really want to emphasize that you want to start off with these overripe bananas that have like brown spots and they look way too far to eat. I don't know, maybe some of you actually eat this. I would never eat this. These are too mushy, too ripe, but they're perfect for making this dessert because they're overly sweet. So what I like to do is when I start to see the bananas like this before they go completely rotten is we'll peel them. These overripe bananas peel so easy. You know you're getting good in the overripe category when the banana is starting to like darken and almost become clear, like almost translucent, and it doesn't even look like banana anymore, but it starts to look like mushy banana. That's perfect. And even if they got like ultra mushy spots, you're totally good. You know, you paid for bananas, use the whole thing. Don't throw any of your bananas in the garbage. So we'll compost the peels, and then we'll just take the bananas and cut them into chunks. And I try not to cut the chunks too small. Now what I'll do is I'll take the individual banana pieces and I'll just spread them out on a baking tray lined with a piece of parchment paper. And I'll do it like this so they don't clump together. Sometimes I skip this step and I just throw them inside the container and they'll all clump together. This way they freeze and you can put them in a container or in a bag and they won't clump up. So I'm gonna take this, throw this in the freezer, and after they're nice and frozen, then I'll put them inside a container or a Ziploc bag, and they'll stay like that until I'm ready to use them. So this is my stash of frozen ripe bananas that I got out of the freezer. I'll be completely honest, I didn't put these on the sheet tray, so they're gonna be a little clumpy, but I'm gonna show you that that can work. But if you got the time, do it like I just showed you. So you can see that these bananas are really ripe and they're really frozen and they hold for a long time in the freezer. So even if they look like this, the ice cream that we're gonna make is gonna come out delicious and it'll look perfect. We're gonna take these and we're gonna remove them from the container here. So you can see how I got these bananas all stuck together. I could sidestep that a little bit if I do it like I did on the baking tray. So we can't do too many bananas at once, but what I like to do first, if I didn't do that whole sheet tray thing, is I'll just take the bananas and just break them up, just so we're not working with giant clumps of bananas. Always got to help the food processor out. And whatever you don't use, you can just throw right back in the freezer. So I'm gonna take the frozen bananas and I'll add them to the food processor. And you don't really want to come up much higher than the little plastic thing inside the food processor, because you start to overload this, it's not going to work out well. If you did want to do more bananas than this, I would suggest doing it in batches. So now I'm going to pulse this until it gets a little crumbly. So once it's a little crumbly, I'll look if there's any like pieces that haven't got down to like the blades of the food processor. I'll push those down a little bit and just give it another couple of pulses. So once it's kind of crumbly like this, we can add our other ingredients. But we're gonna start by adding some room temperature cashew butter. It separates, so we'll give that a little bit of a mix before we add it in, because we don't want all that separation in between the cashew butter and the oil that's inside there. But if you like the natural stuff like me that doesn't have a lot of additives, you got to always go through this mixing part, especially once you take it to room temperature. If the cashew butter is cold, it doesn't work as well. The cold cashew butter and then the cold bananas, they don't mix too well. So now I'll take a couple of big spoonfuls of this cashew butter and throw that in there. And maybe you're allergic to nuts like I was talking about the walnuts, and you can use different nut-free butter like sunflower butter. A lot of other butters will work in here as long as it has that nut butter or seed butter consistency. But now for sweetness, we're gonna add a little bit of honey. So the bananas are sweet already, so it doesn't need that much. The bananas have a lot of that natural sugar in them and they were overly ripe, but a little bit of honey just helps boost up that sweetness, gives it a really good ice cream sweetness. Now for flavor, we're gonna add a little vanilla, just a touch of cinnamon. We don't want the cinnamon flavor to be overpowering. We just want a little bit. And now a pinch of salt or two. And here I'm using the fine pink salt, but use whatever salt that you like. So now we're gonna put the top on, and now we're gonna pulse, and then I'm gonna run it until it gets nice and smooth. So now I'm gonna get a container that it's gonna go in the fridge, and we're gonna transfer the ice cream into the container. So if we just like take a look at the consistency that we got here, look how like nice and thick that is. Like it already has like almost like a soft serve ice cream consistency. So we're gonna take this and we're gonna transfer it over. This is perfectly good to eat just like this. It's a little soft. I like it a little harder, but this is also the perfect time to mix in the toppings. So we'll take some of those toasted walnuts from before and we'll sprinkle them on top. For me, this is a healthy-ish dessert, so instead of chocolate chips, we're gonna use some cacao nibs. If you wanna go full chocolate chips, throw some chocolate chips in there. Don't let me rain on your parade. I'm gonna try to mix these in there, and I'm not gonna go too crazy. I'm just trying to get them incorporated into the mixture because we gotta get this in the freezer. The last thing we're gonna do is we're gonna add some maple syrup swirl. So I'm just gonna take just some maple syrup. I'm gonna drizzle it over the top. So maple syrup has a far more distinct flavor than the honey that we already put in. It also gives it a really nice like swirly texture. So I'm just gonna take this and I'm not gonna even mix it in. I'm just gonna just push it through. So once it's kind of mixed with the maple syrup, this is good to put in the freezer. I usually like to let it sit in the freezer for an hour or two. Overnight is really good, but at a minimum, an hour or two in a nice cold freezer. You can see that it's way more solid than it was before. You can see how loose it was. Now it's really solid. It's got that same consistency as like ice cream out of the freezer. It's far away from that soft serve consistency. You're welcome to eat this out of the container, but this is pretty calorie dense, so I like to eat this in small portions. So we'll take our ice cream scooper and look how awesome that scoops into a nice little like ice cream ball. And I keep calling it ice cream because it has such an awesome consistency, just like ice cream. Now, this has just unbelievable properties to just become just so like ice creamy. I like to dress this up with just a little bit of like the walnuts that we put inside. Same with the cacao nibs, just a little bit. And one more thing I really like to put on here is some shredded coconut. Sometimes I even put the shredded coconut inside, so I like to just sprinkle it on top. And now, how amazing does this all natural ice cream look that we made out of frozen bananas that you're throwing in the garbage? We get a little bit of everything on one bite. So our banana ice cream, some of those toppings. As I said earlier in the video, if you want to use the full blast chocolate chips, you go ahead and do that. I like my cacao nibs. I like to feel like I'm eating something healthy. Well, let's see what this tastes like. This is going to be an epic bite. Every time I make this, I can't believe this is made out of frozen bananas because it has the consistency of ice cream. It tastes like a banana ice cream, but that's a good thing. I like bananas. I like ice cream. I don't really eat a whole lot of ice cream because I'm a little lactose intolerant, but this, I can eat this and it feels indulgent. It's sweet. It's delicious. You could serve this to people and not tell them like you made it because you're saving frozen rotten bananas. Like, this is fantastic. All of these flavors come together so nicely. The banana, the toasted walnuts, and make sure you toast those walnuts. That extra step, you can taste that extra step and it's so good. The coconut, the little cacao nibs, the little maple syrup that we put in there, the honey, oh my God, this is a fantastic dessert. I am gonna eat the rest of this frozen banana ice cream. While I'm doing that, if you like this video, hit like, subscribe to my channel. Let me know what you thought about the recipe. Let me know what you would change to the recipe. A lot of people tell me I would do this different, I would do that different. I usually do this, so I always love to hear that stuff. And while I'm eating the rest of this, you should check out my bakery style chocolate chip cookie recipe. If you're into chocolate chip cookies, you're not much of a baker, it is the perfect video for you. They come out fantastic every time. I will see you there.